Welcome back. He's an artist, a photographer, a writer, a humanitarian. Jeremy Cowart does it all.
He really does. He is the creator of the Portrait Lab, and it's so much fun. He does so much more than just that. Thank you so much for joining us on
set. Of course,
Good
absolutely.
to see you
yeah,
again.
good
Nice
to see
to have
y'all.
you in here.
We were just with him yesterday, but he never gets old. Okay, we are going to take a look at some of the incredible artwork that you have done, the portraits that you've taken. He has shot everyone from Taylor Swift to Chris Stapleton to Kim Kardashian. How exactly did you get into this?
I lucked out. An agent found me years ago in Hollywood and plucked me out of Nashville and started shooting in LA like crazy, and it's been a wild ride ever since.
I like that you returned back to your roots here in Nashville,
I
though.
did,
That's really
yes.
awesome. And I love that you use your successful platform. We're looking at some of the pictures there. We see Taylor Swift. I mean, to do humanitarian work. You've done quite a few projects helping those without homes, also the Gatlinburg fires. Walk us through some of those efforts, and we have to also take a look at those fire photos that you took. They're so powerful.
Thank you. Yeah, I just realized that if we're going to have a platform, we might as well use it for good. So I try to use the camera and new ideas to help in times of need. So whether it's a wildfire, an earthquake, a hurricane, whatever it is, I love using photography and creativity to help out.
That picture in particular gives me the chills. And you know what's awesome is that the whole rest of the world, Middle Tennessee as well, talking to you, you can go to and see Jeremy at the Portrait Lab. It is so cool. We went there yesterday and we had a blast.
Yes.
We were just like playing around. And we have to, okay, so here is what it looks like.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a flip book, but basically it's 60 seconds. You explain it, please.
Yeah, so I do a 60-second photo shoot where during those 60 minutes I shoot about 150 portraits, but the backgrounds are changing the entire time. The lighting on your face is changing the entire time. And so every photo that I take, and I'm directing you, by the way, as you all saw, every photo is different from the whole experience, from 1 minute.
Little direction, though. Let's be clear. That was one of the things that was really unique to me. You said you wanted these portraits to be timeless, a way that your great grandkids will remember you. And so there was a lot of pre-production in my mind to think, how do I want to reflect myself?
Yeah.
And he sends this 9-minute video that walks you through the step and says, you know, when you get here, I want you to do your own thing, because you were seeing everyone kind of posing the same, and it was coming up with the same results, right?
That's right, yeah. I want people to be themselves, and I want to capture them how they want to be remembered, so.
Powerful.
Yeah, literally anybody can sign up and come see me. Just portraitlab.co, and that's how they do it.
Yes. Okay. So he also is the author of I'm Possible. I love the quote in here. It says, photographs do more than tell a story. Images change people. Stephanie touched on it just a minute ago, but how do photographs, like how have you been changed after taking so many other people's photos?
Yeah, there's so many stories. I remember when we first started doing Help Portrait, where we photograph people in need, there was a lady that we photographed that had been abused her whole life by her father, had physical scarring all over her face. So we were able to use post-production in Photoshop to show her what she would look like without all the scarring. And you can just imagine the tears, we were all losing it. And so just to show her that image of herself without the abuse was like, I'll never forget that. I mean, it can do so many things.
Well, and you use that platform, like with the Gatlinburg fires, to help raise funds as you were sharing those people's stories. Really powerful stuff. And your story is so inspirational. I read about you saying, you know, you always heard these words as a child of, I can't. But your father kept telling you one sentence that changed your life, really.
Yeah, my dad, who's standing right there, used to always tell me, like, Jeremy, Philippians 4:13, you can do anything through Christ who strengthens you. And so I think finally I started, you know, because I really did think I couldn't do anything. And so over time, I finally started to let that sink in, that we really can do whatever we put our minds to. And so, yeah, I'm grateful to him for pressing that into me.
Yes, Dad is so sweet. I just met him a second ago. I want to ask, you know, for those out there who are you know, questioning whether they can do things or they can't do it, you know, are they able to? What is your best piece of advice? Like, you had to learn how to get out of your own way. How can other people do that too?
Learn obsessively. Just keep. Technology is changing so fast that we all think we're intimidated by it and we can't do it. But I've learned that if you just what is TikTok? Why are the kids doing it? There's a reason. Like, step into those things that feel new and feel awkward, feel hard. If you just take the time to learn it, you'll be ahead of the curve, and then and it just evolve from there.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your
thank y'all
story
for having me.
and letting us come in your studio yesterday.
That was
What
a
a
blast.
blast
was so
that
much
really
Y'all killed
was.
it. Y'all are some of the best models, legitimately.
Get out of
Y'all
here.
killed it.
We
It's so
don't
good.
believe
We
ya.
didn't pay him.
Yeah, we didn't pay him to say that. Thank you so
So
much,
good.
seriously.
Of course. Yeah.
Everyone, check out his book. It is so beautiful. And the Portrait Lab, it's a blast. Visit portraitlab.com.